What's up, everybody? Greg, host of the Arc of Wrestling podcast. We're here after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We are joined by Strike.
Why?
Mike.
Hello.
And Jonesy.
Hello.
Small group with us tonight, but we are going to be... What?
Because Jimmy is on his iPad, Fish is stuck drowning in thin air, and Hunter's just a bitch.
So we replaced him with my dog.
Hunter hasn't been on the podcast because he doesn't have a computer, which doesn't make sense because he spends like $200-300 a week over at the casinos.
Yeah, he gambles way too much.
At least for what
he's got to work up his arms, brother.
At least is what he tells us.
And he makes money on it every night.
Okay, sure. And Ryan, he disappears in the podcast. I don't know what he does. He's here like before the show.
He's gambling too, probably.
That's probably a really good explanation for that. So, Money in the Bank, guys. Money in the Bank.
Money. Money.
Cody, what you drink?
Before we start off with the pay-per-view, we have the Money in the Bank kickoff pre-show, which is the WWE Tag Team title match.
Before you go on, second best match of the night.
Oh, hells yeah. Why this match wasn't even on the pay-per-view baffles me. It should have been...
This should have replaced the Intercontinental title match.
Yes. I think they could have easily gone... They didn't even really need the Intercontinental match on the show.
The crowd was dead, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yes. So yeah, WWE Tag Team title match, the Usos versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, The Shield. Like, okay, question for you guys. While we all know that The Shield is over, fans love them, fans hate them, they're doing good. Usos, while they've been pushed for the past 2 months now, haven't really gained that babyface reaction. They're not getting too cheered when they go out there. That was one of the first things I noticed when they came out.
They got cheered.
Did they?
Yeah, they got a reaction.
They got a reaction, but I personally think they should be getting a lot bigger reaction than they are. It got a reaction, but it didn't get anywhere near what it could be.
Well, the Usos got nothing, so...
Yeah.
Tells you how much they care for the Usos.
What a great match.
It was a great match, I believe. Mike, tell us about this match.
It was great from top to bottom.
What was so great about it, sir?
It was a fast-paced match. They had a bunch of good spots. The crowd was into the Usos almost winning the belts almost towards the end.
Yes, that could have been a big turn right there.
Like every time...
But that means they had to push the Usos for a fucking while now.
Every time the Roman Reigns was knocked out of the ring and Rollins was vulnerable, the crowd was like, yeah!
I was expecting a beautiful crowd after this match.
It's Philadelphia. They're all ugly.
Okay.
How dare you insult the crowd of Philadelphia?
Hey, Mike, let's all remember the Baltimore crowd of last week's Raw, or this week's.
How bad they were.
And how they completely fucked up the Bray Wyatt debut.
Worse than Iowa.
Because they are jackasses.
Harris.
You do realize that chant's going to follow him for a while, right?
Worse than the Iowa crowd.
They could have allowed the gimmick to evolve on its own, but they had to fucking do it.
So you're going to complain after a week.
Fucking remember.
So you're going to complain after a week.
He barely talked when he was
You're gonna complain after a week.
Yes.
You're like the kids on the wrestling forums.
Your fucking Baltimore crowd is just gonna lead
You're just as bad as all those kids on the wrestling forums that are complaining when it's only been a week. People are saying they should have Bray Wyatt play off the Husky Harris chants and say he was brainwashed. And say he was brainwashed by CM Punk to play that character.
Husky Harris.
And then he saw the light or whatever, now he's a cult leader.
When did people say that they should have CM Punk? What the fuck?
I read on WrestleZone's forums, one kid suggested that they have him play off the Husky Harris thing and say while he was brainwashed into being in the Nexus, and then he saw the light or whatever, and now he's the person he is today. as the cult leader that he is.
I've been hearing talk of the people who are smart and think about how they could play it off. I heard that if they were going to play off from the Husky Harris chance, that they should have Bray Wyatt cut a promo on the chance, calling out, like, saying, yeah, there once was a kid named Husky Harris, and now he's me, or some shit like that. Some kind of promo in that way.
That's what I meant. You can play off the Nexus as well.
He doesn't really need to have to play off Nexus. He doesn't really have to talk about Husky Harris a lot. He only has to say it was a couple, he only has to say it once and then talk about how he changed over the time into this gimmick. I think it's a better way to approach it. To stab the demon before the demon takes over the audience. Well, in that sort of way.
They're still gonna chant until the crowd gets used to him.
We'll see.
The crowds don't even chant Albert Tensai anymore.
Or they get rid of him.
No, they do.
We're talking about.
No, they actually don't, because the crowd likes him now.
Is he still Tensai or is he Sweet Tea? Have they decided on?
They call him Sweet Tea and then they call him Tensai.
I think they should just move away from Tensai and go to Sweet Tea.
Because JBL calls him Tensai every chance he gets.
I think he forgets, but because JBL's stuff. Anyways. Now we start off with the actual pay-per-view, the Money in the Bank ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Fandango, Dean Ambrose, Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, and Wade Barrett. Oh wait, did we even say who won the tag team title match?
The Shield.
They retained. They retained. All right. So opening match of the pay-per-view, the Money in the Bank SmackDown. What do you guys think?
I hate how they had Fandango and Dean Ambrose through their entrances as the pre-show was ending.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see a Shield entrance.
Ambrose was out there at the end of the tag title match.
A better way of introducing this would have been probably having the WWE tag match after this match. And yeah, and just take out the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, it's WWE logic.
Whatever.
Guys, The Miz.
The Miz, yeah.
What'd you guys like about the match? Jonesy, what did you think?
I love the match. There's a lot of highlights.
Mike?
The crowd was super over for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, they
wanted him to win.
I was kind of expecting, like, the entire time I was sitting there, I was expecting Wade Barrett to take it. I fucking thought for a while that, Barrett's been waiting a while, but then I guess Cody Rhodes has been waiting much longer. But that didn't necessarily happen.
I think they were only behind Cody Rhodes because of what Sandow was doing to him.
Yeah, that's true. They were hinting at it at the beginning when Sandow was cutting that promo.
And he also did the "We the People" chant for the real Americans. Are you serious?
Hells yeah.
How generic of a tag team name can you have?
That's like the American males.
They fight for the rights of everyone.
You're playing off Hogan's theme, though.
American males.
Cody Rhodes was cut open in like 3 places, I think.
Oh yeah, he was busted open.
No, he wasn't busted open.
He was bleeding. What was he bleeding from the eye?
He was bleeding from like above the eye, kind of near the temple. He was bleeding behind his ear, and then he was bleeding like towards his cheek, I think. But
there was a bunch of people bleeding on tonight's show. I believe it was Cody Rhodes, RVD was bleeding a bit, CM Punk was bleeding a bit.
CM Punk was
busted open.
Yeah, he was not bleeding a bit.
Yeah.
And it was a small touch, but I like it. Cesaro and Swagger never hit each other during the match.
Because they're the real Americans.
No, it's just that they just formed.
They fight for the rights of every man.
They had just formed as a tag team, and they didn't back down on that at all by having them attack each other. So I thought that was nice.
Because I'm thinking if one of them would have won the briefcase, it would have been for Coulter's benefit anyway. So it wouldn't have really mattered who won between those two.
It's just the little things that they didn't attack each other at all when they had just formed. It helps.
There was that small spot that they did where they were holding up the ladder and Ambrose was gonna
Get in the kid.
He fucked that up.
Yeah, he fucked that up. Ambrose was the first time he tried to get himself up on top of the ladder, he fell down and he had to get back up. And then he
Skinning
was
the
throwing
ladder.
off. Yeah, but there was a lot of nice. Honestly, these Money in the Banks, they weren't as spotty as the ones that have come before it.
Helicopter.
The helicopter was nice, but I think these were a lot toned down.
The
more than
helicopter was
anything.
nice.
The helicopter was nice.
What about the muscle buster into the ladder?
Oh yeah. That was good. Cesaro hit a couple uppercuts. He hit one on Cody, wasn't it? Was it Cody?
I believe so.
Yeah. The Shield, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns came in to try to help Ambrose win. And then it started a big brawl with the Shield, the Real Americans, and the Usos. Because the Usos came in to try to get the Shield out. So that looks like that's going to be the tag team division for right now.
High spot.
Which is good. I mean, at least that's how they introduced it, that it's going to be Cesaro and Swagger going after the titles as well.
Yeah.
Does that mean a face turn for the Shield?
Or a face turn for the... I'm not going to call them the Real Americans, but Coulter's Militia.
Why aren't you going to call them the Real Americans?
Because that name sucks.
Mike, you have to call them by their real name.
That name sucks.
I don't care. Hey, you remember what you used to say? You have to call them by the real name. Like I was calling Daniel Bryan Danielson.
That's a generic tag team name, though.
Doesn't matter. That's what their name is.
Oh, it doesn't suit my needs.
It just doesn't sound right.
I'm Mike, and my opinions are right.
Come on, Mike.
No.
Stop being a little bitch.
I'm Mike. I'm a
Call them the
hypocrite.
Real Americans. While Coulter's Militia sounds awesome, they are called the Real Americans.
Then I want Hogan's theme this week.
Let's talk about the ending of the match. Cody's at the top of the ladder, ready to fucking get the briefcase, but then Sandow shoves him off. Sandow reaches up and grabs the briefcase, essentially. Sandow screwed Cody. And now we're going to probably get an amazing feud between these two.
SummerSlam.
They have potentially they have an awesome feud set up for these two to head off into the main event. Could definitely think Cody's going to be moving with Sandow to the main event. Hell, Cody could probably take the briefcase from Sandow.
No, I don't want that.
Why?
Let Sandow have the briefcase.
There's no need for Cody Rhodes.
I think, personally, I would have liked to see Sandow work in the mid-card for a little bit before moving up to the World Heavyweight title. We haven't seen him in any singles action, especially for the title. He's been stuck with Rhodes for the past year.
You have Sandow win the belt eventually. Silence! You have Sandow win the belt eventually, and then you have Cody Rhodes chase him.
But we're already going to see a feud between these two right now. Seeing it
You can
later,
pick it back up. It can easily pick back up.
You don't think it's too early for Sandow? I would put him for the Intercontinental title. Help him.
I didn't say Sandow
move that
had.
along.
I didn't say Sandow had to cash in the briefcase this year.
Yeah, but he would have to cash it in sooner or later, and I think right now is just too soon. I would give him the World Heavyweight title in like 2-3 years. Sandow just debuted. He's only like 32. He could wait until he's 36.
He's on
going for the World Heavyweight title and perfectly be fine. I think we need to give these guys some time to develop over the years. I know Sandow's been waiting a hell of a long time, but I think there's a lot of motivation behind Sandow where he's not going to be screwed over in the past, like Henry has.
Whoa. Hey.
He's not going to be screwed over in the past.
Spoilers.
They waited on Henry too long to where he got old, and then giving him a legitimate WWE run for the title would have just been a waste of time. And I don't want that happening to Sandow. I don't want that happening to Barrett. You know, there's a couple of these guys getting into their early 30s, and there's already so much competition going forward. There's a lot of people wanting to go after this title. It's going to be flooded. The main event's going to be flooded because there's so many people.
Swagger. The Swagger. You also forget that Mark Henry's been injured a lot.
Yeah, but you also it's just
from 2001 to 2004 maybe, or 2005, he was nowhere to be found because he was hurt, where he wasn't used.
But there was, remember the fucking back in 2008, he wasn't doing anything. He was, tag teaming with MVP?
He was the ECW champion in 2008.
Or, 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
He was tag teaming with MVP for no fucking reason.
But he was still the ECW champion in 2008.
Okay, fine. We're not talking about 2008. We're talking about, and besides, ECW fucking sucked around those last couple reigns.
No, it didn't.
Match quality-wise, that was about the time it started being better than both Raw and SmackDown.
ECW was by far the best show on television.
No.
Not for the later years. Definitely not for the later years.
From 2008 to 2010, yeah, it was.
From a purely match standpoint, it was the best of three, but...
It was the best television wrestling show on television.
Here's the thing.
Match-wise.
Henry got old, missed his opportunity. They didn't book him correctly.
He was hurt.
Mike.
If he's hurt, how can you book him correctly?
There was so much time in 2010 where they could have pushed him, where he wasn't doing anything every week. They could have easily pushed him to the main event.
He was the world heavyweight champion in 2010.
Oh my God! When was the time when he was tag teaming with MVP?
But you're counting one title tag run as...
No, I'm talking about giving him a WWE run. The reason why we didn't have Henry win tonight, and yeah, I'm just spoiling it, fuck it. The only reason why we didn't have him win tonight is because we waited too damn long. Why did Vince constantly book him for the World Heavyweight Championship? Because he didn't think that he was ready. And now that they finally say, oh, Henry's ready, they can't give it to him because Henry's fucking nearly hurt and old. That's what I'm saying. They wasted too much fucking time with him. They can't do that with Sandow. They can't do that with Rhodes. They can't do that with Barrett. They have to figure out what the fuck they're doing, or else they're just going to be wasting all this talent for nothing.
Well, again, if you're constantly hurt, you can't sit there and go, oh, we're going to wait, because you don't know if the guy's going to hurt himself again.
But there was plenty of time when Henry was going after the World Heavyweight title, when he was going after this or that, where he could have easily been going after for WWE style instead, and would still have been interesting.
Well, he was on SmackDown, and he wasn't on Raw.
Wasn't the past two WrestleManias, Henry, after the night after WrestleMania, Henry had a match against the WWE champion?
And nothing came of it.
Like they were always building up, and nothing came of it. Exactly. They booked him poorly. Every time they wanted to push Henry, they always walked back because they didn't think he was ready. Now the entire crowd's behind him. Everybody wants to see it, but it's not the best time. Henry's hurt. He can't do anything. He's probably not going to be wrestling in the next couple months. He's probably going to be actually legit retired soon.
So what happens if they give him the WWE title and then he gets hurt?
It would suck. That's why they didn't do it.
And then
but there was plenty of times in the past that they easily could have done it. There was plenty of times between injuries where he had so much time to go after the WWE title, but they didn't pull the trigger.
Well, it would have been a lost investment if he would have won the title and then a month later got hurt by a freak accident.
But you can say that to anything, Mike. You can say it to John Cena. That would suck in a month. He actually gets fucking injured before SummerSlam. You can say that to anybody. Yeah, more people are more injury prone. But Henry, there were times where Henry was... Yes, injury porn.
Hashtag injury porn. If Cena got hurt tomorrow, he'd be better by next week.
Okay. He did recover from a broken neck in like 3 months.
He did. And he was supposed to come back in like a year. And all of a sudden he's back in 3 months? Okay.
Look, here's the thing. They missed the chance for Henry. There were times, so much time, that they could have pulled the trigger on Henry. He could have been better than he was, than he's doing now. Because he would have been a lot more physically fit and probably a lot healing from less injuries than he is now. I'm just saying, they missed the fucking shot.
Oh, well.
All right, now that we got away with the fucking Henry shit, we're probably not going to be talking about him when we get to him. All right, Sandow wins the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Which I am happy for. I just hope they don't mess it up.
Okay. Intercontinental title match, The Miz versus Curtis Axel.
Yawn.
Yeah.
It was a match I could have seen on Raw.
Yeah, it was
boring.
But was it their fault, or do you think it was just the pace of the entire match? It felt like because they weren't getting a reaction from the crowd, they kind of wanted to rush it.
Well, because nobody cared.
Like especially how the match ended.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even end with the perfect plex or anything. They just kind of ended with Axel dropping Miz on his head.
The perfect plex doesn't beat anybody. Who are you kidding?
It looked like he used what's his face? It looked like he used Dean Ambrose's finisher.
Oh yeah, it did it.
Yeah, it looked a lot like the headlock driver.
You sure it wasn't the McGillicudder?
No, he didn't do the little twist. He just kind of slammed him into the ground like Ambrose does.
Well, they should call the perfect plex the imperfect plex.
Oh,
it doesn't win a match.
Okay.
There was a time where
mediocre plex.
Yeah, there was a time where that finisher won matches.
I do like how they got Heyman out of there early, so the match wasn't ruined by any interference or anything.
The crowd wanted him though.
A guy who was there said that they were booing Heyman until he actually got removed.
They started chanting for him.
Yeah, the Philly crowd is old. It's not the crowd like it used to be. And I think in some occasions they can get the Philly crowd like it used to be, but it's not the same anymore. The Chicago crowd is a very modern crowd now. You know, the Philadelphia, I think, lost a lot of steam, you know, after fucking 2002.
What?
No, not 2000. No, sorry. Well, you can't count One Night Stand because that was in the fucking original ECW arena.
Well, other times. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't?
Hammerstein Ballroom is not the ECW arena.
Sorry. The Hammerstein Ballroom. Okay.
The Hammerstein Ballroom is in New York.
Yes. Okay. But yeah, Philadelphia lost momentum. It's an old crowd. What are you going to expect?
Curtis Axel won that match, by the way.
Yes, he did. WWE titles match, Caitlyn versus AJ.
Yawn.
Fuck your
So this match was not as good as the Payback match.
It wasn't, but it was still a very interesting match.
The crowd did not care whatsoever.
What Strike pointed out, and which I argued with him, but I realized I was wrong, was that AJ was working the left arm the entire match, but she hit the finisher on the right arm. But I'll give where credit is due. You know, at least that's what it was building up to. And also Caitlyn kind of threw her around a little bit, and probably it looked kind of confusing by the end. Like when the way AJ was set up for the octopus or the Black Widow, she could only get to that arm. You understand?
Yeah, I get it.
Because Caitlyn did pick up AJ to set her up for the Black Widow. So it could have been Caitlyn's fault. It could have been AJ's fault. Could have been both of their faults at the same time. But anyways, I thought the match was good.
If we had more matches like that, I wouldn't hate it. Or at least more Divas matches like that.
Yeah, if we had more Divas I would like to see
We need more
matches.
Divas.
I'd like to see those matches on Raw. The match they put on tonight, I want to see that on Raw. Because at least they were doing shit during that match. Not in the beginning, but definitely in the second half of that match, they were definitely pulling out some stuff. It looked great. It moved great. Everything was looking good. And then, you know, the ending, and then, yeah. That could be a legit Raw match. What they pulled out on Payback, that's more pay-per-view quality match.
Payback match was better.
Next.
All right. AJ wins, retains it. Ryback versus Jericho.
Yawn.
Mike, what's up?
Oh my god, this match sucks so hard. So hard. Crowd didn't care. The match was just garbage.
And Ryback was actually using some new moves in that one.
Ryback still sucks.
Botching throughout that entire match.
Because he sucks.
When he went up to the second rope, that wasn't even a fucking top rope move. Like he went up to the second rope and he essentially just fell on Jericho. He went to go. He was gonna ram into Jericho in the corner and he tripped.
He was gonna ram into Jericho
in his asshole. But anyways,
gay.
Yeah, Ryback tripped when he was running towards Jericho. He was he looked off the entire match. Jericho was pinpoint. Jericho was pulling some nice stuff out. Ryback just looked off the entire match.
Do you think he might have been sick?
He looked sick,
making excuses.
but he was off the entire match. I don't
Mike,
care what anybody says. Ryback was off his game tonight.
Mike, I say that because the Cena-Miz WrestleMania match was that bad because apparently Cena had the flu.
Cena matches are always bad, regardless if he's sick or not.
Money in the Bank, one night stand,
CM Punk,
40-minute match on Raw.
CM Punk, RVD, people that can carry him.
He was still in the match, Mike. You are a critical fuck, and as I say, there are people who are good being carried, and then there's people who are good at carrying people.
You can't have a good match by carrying the other person the entire time.
You can on most occasions. If a guy can't wrestle, then you can't wrestle,
There are people who are good feeding off of other people, and there's people who feed other people to look good.
And John Cena can't make anybody look good at all, so...
No, he could definitely make people look good.
CM
Punk's better than him. RVD's better than him. Shawn Michaels is way better than him. You're honestly saying John Cena made Shawn Michaels look good? Come on now.
Are you saying he doesn't?
You're saying John Cena's a better worker than Shawn Michaels? Mr. WrestleMania?
Are you saying Cena doesn't make these people look good?
Are you serious right now?
Are you saying he doesn't do anything to make them look good?
That's like saying the Great Khali makes The Undertaker look good.
But he does.
Get out.
Mike has a very clear bias there.
Well, when I hear stupid comments like that, I'm going to call it out.
When you hear stuff you don't agree with, you're going to call it out.
You're saying Shawn Michaels
We've gone over this enough times.
You're saying John Cena's better than Shawn Michaels.
No, I'm saying that Cena doesn't freaking just pull a match along by himself. He makes other people look good.
Yeah, guys who are worse workers than he is.
What you're saying is that essentially no one can look good in a Cena match. That's what you're saying. He can't make anybody look good.
You're saying he makes the better wrestlers look good when it's the other way around.
Well, it doesn't look like he makes Shawn Michaels look like crap. It doesn't make it look like CM Punk looks like crap.
Why are we talking about...
Michaels,
okay, shut the fuck up.
Brought it up.
Shut the fuck up. Why the fuck are we talking about John Cena?
Because Strike brought it up.
I don't give a shit. You're smart enough to not argue with Shane.
He's a troll.
He's not.
This guy.
He's a troll. That's why.
Ryback won after a stupid roll-up that looked like crap.
Divas roll-up.
And Michael Cole and JBL had to sell Ryback's pin.
Ryback.
And like he was putting all that pressure down on Jericho. I'm like, Jericho was lying there.
He was forcing that. He was forcing it.
He didn't have a lot of weight on Jericho, but I do like that he locked his arms. Or that he locked his hands together, made it look like he was at least attempting to.
He was pushing him from like the wrong angle. He was trying to change how the pin was before the 3 count was over.
He still sucks.
It was Ryback's fault a little bit, but he was at least trying to do something good.
World Heavyweight title match, Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. Mike says was match of the night. What does...
No, I said the World Heavyweight Championship ladder match was the match of the night.
Oh.
No, you did not. You said championship.
Yeah, I thought you said the championship match was match.
No, I said the ladder match.
Oh, okay. But yeah, what'd you guys think of this match then?
I could have seen it on Raw.
Meh.
Mike?
Meh.
Very big meh.
What'd you guys think of the ending then? Where AJ comes out...
That dumb cunt.
AJ comes out and essentially... what was the situation? Ziggler sent
Ziggler didn't want her help, and then I stopped paying attention about that point, and then I heard she walked.
I was looking away when it happened.
It was like Del Rio was going to hit a super kick. Ziggler stopped it, pushed him back, and AJ ran in and hit Del Rio with the Divas belt. It didn't make sense.
No, it's going to set up him separating from AJ, which I
That's
did.
not... Okay, you want to know my theory of it? And I know it's a desperate fucking theory, but I think they're going to break up.
She's not going to wind up in your bed.
No, my second theory. My second theory is Ziggler is going to break up with AJ, but this is going to lead to AJ trying to get Ziggler back, and it's going to lead to SummerSlam where Ziggler becomes World Heavyweight Champion, and they get back with AJ. Because I think what they're trying to do is make this like a Macho Man, Randy Savage, Elizabeth sort of relationship.
What?
Because remember back when they were pushing AJ last year, and they said that they wanted to push AJ as the next Elizabeth, which means they needed a new Macho Man?
Who's going to be the new Macho Man?
Ziggler.
Why?
Well, in the sense of this is going to be
In the what?
in the WWE.
Broke up when you said that.
No, this is going to be the WWE.
The what?
Apparently Raid Call doesn't want me to hear what you have to say.
Oh my God!
It's
The
ringing.
power, the power,
Photos
the
are
power.
missing.
Oh my God! The power company. The God fucking damn it. The power couple.
company.
Smoke weed every day.
The power couple in the WWE.
Oh, I thought the power company wanted Ziggler to be Randy Savage.
Okay, but no,
Gotta impress that Choco.
this is what I would like. I know AJ is still technically heel because he's facing Caitlyn, and Ziggler is going off from what looks like to be babyface, but it would be a bad fucking decision if you break these two up.
No.
It's not like AJ is holding Ziggler black. It's not like
He's holding her black.
So Ziggler is black. Check.
it's not like AJ.
I'm
is
here to show the
holding-
world, nigga.
It's not
Oh my
like
god.
it's not like AJ is holding Ziggler back, and it's not like Ziggler's holding AJ back. They were both champion at the time when they were dating. I think they need to figure out how to kind of have this relationship going on while these two are going through different routes right now.
Let's light it up.
Okay.
Light
Whatever.
it. Light it.
And
Light it.
Caitlyn's stupid wub wub music.
Oh yeah, I hate her theme song.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I hate her theme song. She needs to change it.
Wub,
It
wub.
doesn't fit the way she looks.
He does the devil horns coming out. It doesn't fit with the theme at all.
Yeah.
Your mother doesn't fit with the theme.
So winner by DQ, Alberto Del Rio. The chants start
And it
chanting,
made it-
"You
it
screwed
made-
Ziggler."
It made a completely bland match even worse. So,
All right.
The chance did?
no,
No,
the DQ finish.
No.
WWE title, what?
Personally, I'd rank Ryback Jericho worst match, and then put the Ziggler Del Rio, and then the Miz and put the Miz match on the same pedestal right above Ryback and
Wait, then how would it be the same pedestal then?
same pedestal one level
Whoa.
higher.
Did Ryback eat the other pedestal?
Yes.
He's no longer hungry.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, he lost his
He
appetite.
hugs people now.
But those two matches were only just better than Ryback, and that was not the best match of the night. That was the worst match. So
Give me hugs.
Hug me more.
All right, guys.
excuse me more.
WWE title match: Mark Henry versus John Cena.
To the night.
Match of the night. Mike, what'd you think of this match?
The WWE title match, it sucked.
Match of the night.
Mark Henry's dominated the entire match, and all of a sudden
Henry.
Cena gets his magical powers.
I should have tweeted Henry that list on how to beat Cena.
You should have. I think you fucked over Henry. Sorry.
I feel so bad. If he gets a rematch, I'll be sure to tweet it to him.
All right.
You knew that.
Or Henry.
Yeah, poor Henry. And then they made him tap out. What could be his last WWE title match, and they made him tap out. Now Henry looks like a bitch.
That's what I do.
Cena wins LOL.
Cena wins.
I want you in an ambulance match.
The funny thing is, I hate how Cena struggles to pick him up. Like, he's done it before.
Yeah, just forget that he picked up Big Show and Edge at the same time.
Yeah.
Can he lift Mark Henry up a second time?
It's like, come on. We know you're trying to play him as the underdog, but really?
It's the New York Yankees.
That's what annoys me. He can't pick up Mark Henry, but he can pick up three dudes at once. Come on.
Can he lift Mark Henry a second time?
Yeah, maybe. It depends. And those facial features he makes, oh my god.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. Like, have him try to do a
He's
second.
getting constipated.
Just have him try to do a second AA and then collapse under the weight. You couldn't do it twice. And that's what it takes to put Mark Henry away.
Have the Ryback finish for Mania and have Henry just crash on his face and win the belt that way.
Have him win all his matches like that. That'd be an amazing angle.
All right. John Cena wins.
Blowout.
Yay.
Match of the night. Match of the night.
Money in the Bank ladder match for the WWE title. Rob Van Dam, Christian, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and CM Punk.
Hashtag Iron Strength.
For some reason, this felt a lot slower paced than other matches like this. Or I guess the other one or two.
RVD
Money in the Bank.
RVD had a couple joints before the show.
It's funny how the crowd chanted RVD throughout the night, and then RVD comes out and his pop is like, meh.
No, he had a pretty good pop.
I figured they would like explode, like how Chicago does with CM Punk.
You know what I think? And while Arc of Wrestling does not condone the use of streaming material, I think the streams kind of make the pops seem a lot less than they are, just because of how low the quality is of the audio.
What, you don't buy your pay-per-views?
I mean, I buy all my WWE pay-per-views on...
I support WWE $1,000 a year by buying all 12 pay-per-views.
All of them.
I buy all of the WWE pay-per-views.
Are you listening, Vince McMahon?
You should support them as well.
Yes, indeed.
I love paying $60 up for an HD pay-per-view. I only once.
And buy the John Cena mug.
And I believe you think... No, I believe you think so, too.
Dildo. Alright.
Did you say dildo?
So this match, guys, what you guys think of this match?
Don't pull that off. What did you just say?
And they did previous winners and stuff. Like previous Money in the Bank winners and stuff. This felt slower than those.
Yeah. I don't know. Like...
We didn't get Big Ladder.
And Punk got busted open. We didn't get a replacement for Kane.
RVD was a little busted open, too.
We didn't get a Kane replacement.
Yeah, we didn't get that either. A lot of people were saying Bray Wyatt was going to do it.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
He's totally an all-star, guys.
He's totally been WWE champion.
I would have killed for Brian Kendrick.
He's in Ring of Honor.
He still deserves that WWE title shot.
The Brian Kendrick has been a former WWE champion.
It doesn't count.
Does too, shut up.
It's not in the record book.
It is.
No, it's not.
In my record book.
Just because he had the belt for 5 minutes in a scramble match does not mean he officially held the belt.
It does, shut up.
He was just WWE champion for that span of time.
Shut up.
Because you know I'm
So
right.
he was just WWE champion for that span of time, okay.
During that match.
He was still WWE champion.
He wasn't the champion when the match officially ended.
But he was holding the title. He
was declared the WWE champion at that point in time.
Not when the match ended.
Not with the match ended, but at that point in time. He was WWE champion.
Temporarily.
To get a video of it.
Temporarily, yes.
I have the show. I know what I saw, but he's not the official. He was never the official champion.
All right, guys. Let's talk about the ending of this match and who won. Well, first, what happened was Curtis Axel ran in, beat up Daniel Bryan. CM Punk gives him the GTS, and Paul Heyman comes out. While CM Punk tries to go up the ladder, Paul Heyman comes in, hits the ladder on CM Punk, and turns on his best friend. Guys, what do you think of this current revelation? What do you think?
Here comes the pain.
Here comes the piss.
Pork.
Brock Lesnar is going to be ready to face CM Punk at SummerSlam. That's the current angle. That's what's currently probably going to lead up to.
I didn't like the interference.
Why?
Do you not like interference in anything?
I like interferences if they're done right, but for the most part, they just kind of lessen.
Did you like the
What was wrong with this one?
I really did not like the Shield one.
Okay, why didn't you like this one? It progressed story in a great way.
I know, but I would have been more upset if, like when it came to the Shield, I would have been really upset if Ambrose won that way. You know, it would have been like, oh, they needed an interference for it, and I guess it's
what? I think it progressed the story very well.
I would have still rathered it be a clean match.
Okay, anyways, Orton climbs up, looks around, everybody's dead, and he grabs the briefcase. Orton is your Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yay. So thrilled.
So guys, how do you like that Warren's going to be turning heel when he cashes it in on John Cena when he beats Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam?
So what happened to Daniel Bryan being WWE champion?
I don't know.
We get to see another generic Orton title run. Yay. Yeah. Another Cena Orton feud, guys.
Guys, what do you think of this pay-per-view?
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Old lady in the crowd, 4 out of 10.
Old lady in the crowd.
Did you see that picture? There was a random old lady at one of the Raws, and they photoshopped 4 out of 10 because she had the exact same face as Bret Hart did.
It's pretty impressive to have the same face as Bret Hart.
You gotta have like 12 strokes to get to that level.
Oh, he only had one. If you had 12,
one serious one.
If you had 12 strokes, you'd be dead. You'd be dead after the second one.
If you get shot 13 times and live,
How was the stroke, Mike?
I don't care about 50 Cent.
Can we end this podcast?
Oh.
When did I mention 50 Cent?
He said 13 times.
Jonesy.
What?
Get shot 13 times.
Mike.
Let's shoot you 15 times, Shaq.
Jonesy,
Mike.
Look at the pay-per-view.
Mike, I linked you a link.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Awesome. I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 7. Not too good, not too bad. It was just a pay-per-view.
Oh, really? I thought it was a SmackDown episode.
It's a pay-per-view. I think it's Captain Obvious.
I thought it was a SmackDown episode.
I know. Okay, guys. Pop, and botch, and let's end this.
I'm surprised y'all are really disappointed by it.
I'm not too disappointed. I was relatively entertained throughout the pay-per-view.
For some reason, I thought y'all would have been really upset it wasn't like Money in the Banks in the past.
I already have accepted the fact that you can't get the same show as last year. So I'm focused more on how the shows are booked, and then I'll get hyped for a pay-per-view that's properly booked.
And this pay-per-view was not properly booked.
It was properly booked, but WWE's going through a process right now where they're slowly developing characters and they're slowly getting, the stories together. And I'm just going to give them time because I have trust in WWE. Like, I think Survivor Series is going to be good. That's how confident I am.
So
Survivor Series, it's going to be good.
If the show sucks, are we going to blame The Miz for it?
Yes.
Sweet.
All right, guys.
Blame anything on The Miz.
Pop, flop, and botch. Let's do it.
My pop goes to the World Heavyweight Championship match. My flop goes to...
The World Heavyweight Championship match?
Yeah, I mean the ladder match. God damn it.
He did?
Oh, and you said you didn't say it the first time.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
I did. I botched. My flop... What does my flop go to? I don't even know if I have a flop. Alright, myself. And the botch goes to the Ryback Jericho match because that match was garbage.
Alright, Shrike.
My pop goes to Damien Sandow for winning because I wanted him to win. I think I said so in the prediction show. And my flop goes to Mike because he's a dumbass. And for my botch, I would have said AJ, but I'm really tempted to say Mike again.
Hey guys, Ryback looked bad tonight because he was sick.
I said, would it be possible?
And you call me a dumbass.
Because if somebody looks...
Jonesy, pop up and budge.
My pop goes
You
to...
just got cut off.
Because we'll spend another 20 minutes on it if we don't get cut off.
Ladies, shut up.
Oh,
My pop goes to World Heavyweight Championship World Money in the Bank ladder match.
Pulling a mic there.
Shut up.
So what's this World Heavyweight Championship world?
Mike, stop making shitty jokes and Jimsy, finish up your pop-up a match.
everyone lives on gold.
My flop goes to this. I'm sorry, Jericho and Ryback match. And my botch, I'll give it to Mike just because.
All right, botch for Mike. My pop goes to Caitlyn and AJ, and yeah, my flop goes to the Ryback John Cena match, and my
Wait.
Not the Ryback John Cena match.
Ryback John Cena?
Thought we had that match already.
I'm stuck in last month. Don't blame me.
And y'all talk about me.
And my botch goes to Mike because he's a bitch.
At least I didn't say Ryback John Cena.
All right, guys.
No, you just said the World Heavyweight Championship match when you meant ladder match.
Yep, that's even worse. All right, guys.
Then you tried to tell us that you did say ladder match.
Strike, stop provoking Mike.
And then made the same mistake later that night.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the Arc of Wrestling Podcast. You can catch us over on our Twitter if you ever want to get into contact with us. If you even want to be on the show, we will let you on.
Nudes.
Send us nudes, definitely. Please send us a lot of dicks, I guess. No, don't.
Gay.
Don't. You can send us the mic if you want. Yeah, from Mike. Send it from Mike. If you want to be on the show, yeah, contact us on Twitter. We need more followers because we follow too many people. That's essentially our point in time on Twitter.
Yeah, we had our 2,000 follower limit.
Damn. What else? We have our Facebook. We have our Tumblr. Go check out those things. Lagspike.tv. Go check those guys out. Awesome guys. Awesome folks. So you can also catch us, what? Is it our next podcast tomorrow, Mike?
No. It's next week.
Next week.
You're an idiot.
All right, guys. Catch us next week for the podcast. Yeah.